In this video, we're going to look at screen sharing with the iPhone and iOS 18. In addition to just sharing your screen, you are now able to draw on the screen someone else's screen that you're sharing with, and you can control their screen. This is great for support questions. Maybe a family member or a friend has a question on their iPhone, and you know the answer. Well, now what you're able to do is not only view their screen to show them, but you can also control it. Let's see how we do this. Now, before we get started, if you like what you see here, stick around to the end. I'll tell a little bit more about myself and how you can help support my efforts in creating these videos. All right, let's take a look at screen sharing with iOS 18 and the iPhone. Let's go over to my iPhone. Actually, we're going to go over to my two iPhones because I need to screen share from one to the other. So let's go over to my iPhones. Now, the first thing is they both need to be running iOS 18 for everything to work. So this here is an iPhone 16, and it's running iOS 18, of course. And this here is an iPhone 15, and it is running iOS 18. So that's the key to making this all work. Both phones need to be running iOS 18. So now that I have both phones running iOS 18, how does this work? Well, basically, we have two different ways to do this. I can do this through the Messages app, or I can do this through FaceTime. You can make a FaceTime call and then ask to share your screen or ask them to share their screen. Let's first take a look at how we do this with the Messages app. This is my favorite way of doing it because with the Messages app here, not only are we able to share our screen with them or ask them to share their screen, but we're also able to see if they have iOS 18, which is a requirement, of course. So how would we do this? Well, basically, let's say I wanted to ask, I want this phone here to ask this phone to share their screen. So I'm going to share the screen over here. How do I do that? Well, I need to initiate it from this phone here, and I'm going to go over to the Messages app to do that. So I tap on Messages, and then what we need to do is we need to go to the conversation. We need to go to the person that we want to ask to see their screen. So let's just say that this person is having a problem. Maybe I can help them. I need to see their screen or even take control of it. So what I need to do is I need to go to that conversation. So I'm in that conversation. This person here, this is their iPhone. So basically you just need to go to that contact. And then from there, instead of going to the message, we do not go down to Messages here. What we need to do is we need to go to this little icon here, the little video camera. Now, this little video camera is nothing new. This is how we could easily FaceTime someone. I could just tap on that and go to FaceTime. But if both phones are running iOS 18 or later, we have a new option. Let's go ahead and tap on this here, and you're going to see I have share my screen and ask to share. So those are the two options that we have now. And again, both phones need to be using iOS 18 in order to see this. So what I'm able to do is share my screen. If I tap on share my screen here, what it'll do is it'll share this screen with that person. So I could demonstrate something from my phone over to their iPhone. Or if we go over here to ask to share screen, what it's going to do is it's going to ask this person here if they want to share their screen with me. So that's basically all we have to do. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. We're going to go and ask to share that screen. So this person here is going to share with me here. So I tap on ask to share screen. And now what it's going to do is it's going to call this other phone. You can see it's there. So now all I need to do is just answer it. So let's go ahead and answer it. And then you're going to see share up here. So now this person, all they have to do is just tap on share, and it's going to share that screen with this person here. So let's go ahead and tap on share. And what you're going to see here shortly is, I need to mute this here so you don't have any feedback there. You're going to see that this screen now is being shared. So right now it's just my orange screen or red screen, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't look like much. But now let's go ahead and swipe up to get to the home screen. So let's say I wanted to see that other person's home screen. Maybe they have a problem with something. So I'd like to take a look at their home screen. So I ask them to swipe up. So I'm going to swipe up or ask them to swipe up. And if we look, you're going to see over here, it's reflecting what this person is doing. So let's go ahead and switch a few screens here. And you're going to see that it'll switch over here as well. So I'm able to view their screen. If I were to open up the Settings app here. What do you think we're going to see? We're going to see the Settings app over here. Now, right now, this is kind of small. We can make this larger. Right now, I'm just being a viewer. All I'm doing is just seeing what is on their screen. So let's go ahead and make this larger. I just tap on it, and now it is larger. So let's go back over to the home screen. I'm going to swipe up here, and when I do, whoops, wrong swipe there. Now we can see that I'm looking at the home screen there. So I'm just observing their screen. In addition to that, what I'm also able to do is draw on the screen. So when I draw on this screen here, what it'll do is it'll also draw on the screen here. So all you would have to do is just draw on it, and it'll go and reflect it over there. You don't really have to do anything. Just start drawing, and it'll draw over there. Also, what we're able to do is control the screen. So let's say I wanted to demonstrate this search here, but I want to control their screen. I want to show them how it works from my iPhone. I'm not going to demonstrate my iPhone. I'm going to demonstrate it on their iPhone. So I need to control their iPhone. To do that, what we do is we just tap on this little icon here. And when I do, what it's going to do is it's going to bring up a little dialog box up here where they need to allow me to access their screen. So they will not be able to, or I will not be able to control their screen without their permission. So let's go ahead and tap on this little control here. And you're going to see that we have allow. So now all this person has to do is just tap on allow. And now I am able to control their screen. So if I wanted to demonstrate the search again, I just tap on it here and watch what happens to the other phone. So I'm going to tap on it. And we can see it went right into the search. So now I'm able to demonstrate. I can say, well, basically you just have to go and type down there at the bottom, and then it'll search, or you can see the icons up there at the top. Now what I would like to do is have them show me how it all works. So I need to observe their screen. So I need to stop screen controlling again, right? So basically what I do is I just go down to the bottom here and I turn that off. So I just tap on that. And now I am no longer controlling their screen, but I'm still observing their screen. So if they were to do something over here, it would be reflected over here. So basically, this is the whole key to controlling the screen. Tap on that, they tap on allow, you have complete access or control of their screen. When you are done, you just tap on it again, and then they have access to their screen. And during that whole time, you're able to view their screen from your iPhone. So that's basically how it all works. And again, when you use the Messages app, it makes it really easy because then you can see if everyone's using iOS 18, which is a requirement. Now, as I mentioned, we can also do this from FaceTime. So I'm going to hang up. How do we hang up? Well, basically what we can do is just go, I have a dynamic island here, iPhones with a dynamic island. So I'm just going to go up to the top here. And when I do, what I'm able to do is end that call. So let's just go ahead and end that call. And that call has been ended. So now let's take a look at how this works with FaceTime. Swipe up, get to our home screen. So I go and find FaceTime. So I go and make the call. Let's just go ahead and tap on this. This is the person who I'm calling. That is this phone here. So I just call them and it rings. So let's just go ahead and answer it. And now we're connecting via FaceTime. So this is just a standard FaceTime call at this point, or actually it's just an audio call at this point. I'm not actually using the cameras. But when we go back up to my dynamic island here where we have our different controls, this is where we can see all the controls for FaceTime, you're going to see that we have a sharing icon. So now what I'm able to do is tap on this, and when I do, you're going to see that I have the same options as before. I can share my screen, so that's going to share this screen with that person, or what I'm able to do is ask them to share their screen, and it's going to share their screen with me. And it works basically just like it did when I did it through the Messages app. So if you're on a FaceTime call, you can also initiate a screen share and even control their screen. When you are done, again, you just go back up to the dynamic island here, or the other person could just also hang up. Let's go ahead and hang up here. And now that call is done, and you are no longer screen sharing. So that is how screen sharing works, or actually how screen sharing and screen controlling works with iOS 18 on the iPhone. This also does work with the iPad. It basically works the same way on the iPad. Both phones have to be using iOS 18. And an easy way to make sure that both phones are using iOS 18 is by doing this through the Messages app. If you see when you go up to the camera, you start a conversation with someone, and then you go up to the little video camera in the upper right-hand corner. If you see the options to share your screen or ask them to share their screen, then you know that you are both using iOS 18. If you don't see those options, that means that the other person probably needs to upgrade to iOS 18. You will not be able to use all of these features if they're not using iOS 18 or later. So that is how we can now control someone else's screen in addition to sharing a screen or sharing someone's screen on the iPhone with iOS 18. Now, if you found this video helpful, what you may want to do is share the video. You can also like the video, even subscribe to my channel. In addition to that, what you may want to do is check out danstutorials.com. Although I have over 400 videos on YouTube, I've been doing this a lot longer through my site, danstutorials.com. So I have a lot more videos on my site. How can you help support my efforts? Well, my site is a membership-based site. But when you become a member, I take out all of the ads of the videos. You have access to my AI assistant modeled after an Apple Genius. And then you also have access to my classes and webinars, which I hold on a regular basis. Also, what you are doing is helping support a small business. It is just me in a corner office of my house. I'm not part of some large organization. So when you do become a member, you are directly supporting my efforts in creating these videos. Check out Dan's Tutorials for more information, and thanks for watching.